Good morning. It's John. Apparently I don't ever tell people my name, either my trail name or my real name on these videos. A couple of people have commented, so in case you didn't know. Or photos, as the trail people know me as. Anyway, it's about 7:40, a little later than I was hoping, but the breakfast room at AMC Highland Center that was supposed to open at 6:30 didn't really get going until about 6:45. So a little behind, but that's okay. Don't have a really big day planned. Just 11 miles up to Lake of the Clouds hut. Got a reservation there. Spend the night there, and then God willing and weather permitting, up and over Washington and the presidentials tomorrow. I guess I'm entering the presidentials today, but finish it tomorrow. Weather permitting will be the key because it rained last night, everything's soaking wet, and it looks like the forecast is not good the next couple days. So I'm gonna get up here for sure, hoping I'll get stuck at Lake of the Clouds. But I guess there's worse places to be stuck than there. We will see. Today's Would You Rather, suggested by my dad. He said, if I wasn't hiking alone, would I rather hike with one other person or hike with a group of people? Think about that. If you were doing a thru hike and you weren't going to hike it alone, would you rather hike with one other person or I guess a tramley? Think about that, and we'll talk about it later today. On my way to, I think, Mount Webster first, Jackson first, Webster first, Jackson second, something like that. Then Pierce, and then I forget which ones. So let's go do it. See ya. Alrighty, I'm at the top of Jackson. All right, Jackson. Yeah, I passed Webster, and it looked like this. It's only 3,800 feet. It doesn't qualify for videoing anymore. We're only about 4,000 footers here on Epic Adventures. So, unfortunately, I think my run of good weather is past, and this is what it's looked like almost the whole time. In fact, the whole time, since about the first 100 yards. And I don't think I'm going to get very many, let me get between these trees here. I don't think I'm going to get very many views at all today, further up I go. So it's like 6.5 more miles to Lake of the Clouds, which isn't far, but I think the weather's just going to be like this or worse. So I'm going to be moving because this is real now. I don't want to get stuck in bad weather up above tree line in the whites. Unlike me being a little wuss about a thunderstorm yesterday when I was in the woods. It's a little different when you're out here on the balds. So anyway, here's what it looks like. And I'll figure out which way I'm going here. I'm going that way. Probably past this car. Anyway, I better check far out and see where I'm going, because there's a lot of trails here. Cool. All right, here we go. I gotta figure out where I'm going. See ya. Oh boy, just coming down off of that last mountain is brutal. Everything is soaking wet, and I'm moving slow because it's so wet and it's chilly. And my legs, I gotta tell you, last few days of all these ups and downs taking its toll a little bit. They're not feeling their strongest right now, but got to press on. Got like 2 or 3 big climbs, big-ish, to get up to Lake of the Clouds. But going up, I'm fine. Today, on a day like this, and yesterday when everything's wet, coming down, I'm just really, really slow because I'm trying to not slide down the mountain, fall over, and crack my head open. It's kind of a big deal to me. So that's what we're doing right now. It's a little better right here. Quick story about AMC Highland Center. Two quick ones. First, shout out to Bill or Bob, gosh, I already forget his name, who was working at the map table down in the lobby. Offered to give me a ride back to trail since the shuttle from there doesn't run till 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what it is with 9 o'clock shuttles around here. Not really through hiker friendly, but that was cool. But right across from the map table, they have like a little relief model of some of the mountains around here. And I could see where where I was yesterday, and how the AT nicely wraps to the right around 4,000 footers, and a nice flat, then gradual descent down to 302. And of course, the way I went was to the left, which goes right up in between Mount Tom and some other 3,000 footer or 4,000 footer. There's 3 of them right in a row. That's what that lady from Montreal that I met on the walk down the mountain and talked to for a little bit, she did all 3 of them. But of course, I went right up and over like 3,600 feet up, and to 3,600 feet, but it was like 1,000 feet of gain, an extra 1,000 feet of descent because of my little detour, which wasn't fun, but I guess worth it. Now I got to be careful. We're going back downhill. Like all this stuff, I watch people just run down this in their training shoes and stuff, but I'm nervous as hell going down stuff like this because my shoes just seem to slide. I know I have a higher center of gravity with this pack on my back, and I think that I think the proper engineering term is a higher moment of inertia, maybe, if I remember some of my old ME classes. I could be wrong about that, but somebody can check me if there's an engineer out there. Anyway, that just means more torque on the point of contact, makes it easier for the point of contact to slip. And that's what's going on with me in a high pack and a heavy pack. So, oh boy, gotta go underneath of this right now. Let me go. I've been rambling on. Let's move. See ya. How's this for a cool little meadow, just in the middle of, I guess it's kind of a bog, marshy stuff because we're on a boardwalk here. But there's some blue trying to peek through, otherwise completely clouded in. But a little clearing right here in this spot. Looks like a moose should be standing right over on the side there, just checking me out, but afraid not. All right, the wind's died down a little bit. Maybe I'm in this some kind of a little gully or something between the 4,000 foot peaks, and getting a respite from it. Oh, mud, rocks. Here we go again. Here we are at Mizpah Spring Hut. Just stopped in there and rested for a little bit. Had a couple cold pancakes, snacks, and now we're heading up this way. Got to go to Mount Pierce. Then I think Eisenhower, but the trail doesn't go over Eisenhower. It goes for once the AT doesn't go straight over the top. There is a side trail, but given there's like no views today and the weather looks bad, probably won't do that. Then I got to go up, same thing, kind of skirt the top of Eisenhower, Monroe, and then get the Lake of the Clouds. So I think it's like 4 something miles from here. But it's probably going to be a wet climb. So let me, I got a pancake in my hand and my trekking poles in the other hand too. So let me put this away and finish this pancake and head up this hill. See you guys. Alrighty, here we are coming out on the top of Mount Pierce. I was wrong when I was at Mizpah Hut that Lake of the Clouds was 4 miles. It was closer to 5, so I still have a ways to go. But here it is, coming out to the clearing over here. Not that it's very clear, but this is Mount Pierce. Got a girl hiking up here. She's day hiking. She was going to come up to Mount Pierce, and she was at Mitzvah Hut. And I was talking to her some more. She's from Maine. And she said her name was Mariah. She decided she's going to head up to Eisenhower, do another 1.2 miles up to Eisenhower, and turn around and come back. Pretty good day hike, I tell you, especially in these conditions. Good on her. But yeah, it's like Georgia. Way higher, cooler. I'm sure the view would be amazing if it were here. But it's not. That's okay. It's not raining, so I'm fine. You know you're gonna miss some views, get some views. I got Franconian Notch, awesome. So I miss this one. It's so bad. All right, gotta figure out which way I'm going to get to. I think it's 1.2 miles to Eisenhower, and from there I think it's 1.2 or a little less to Monroe, and then Lake of the Clouds is shortly after that. Oh, we gotta go down here. See ya. Woohoo! 80 miles to go. Still got a little bit of time. I'm on the way to Monroe, Mount Monroe, and this is what we got. Woo! The wind is whipping, but it's a great day. Not feeling bad at all. Legs are a little tired. I know I got a little bit more of a climb, but doing it with the whites. This is what you got to expect sometimes here, right? So you can probably barely hear this with the wind. I want you to see it's howling up here. Woo! All right, gotta go. See ya. There's the Lake of the Clouds. I'm getting rained on hard, so that's all I'm going to show you. I'll wait till I get to the shelter and finish up the winter out today, because I got to get there. Right? Head out here. Hello. So here is my room in the bunkhouse at Lake of the Clouds hut. Got in. There's nobody else in this bunk room yet. I'm in bunk room 3. But a little scare when I got to the front desk. That guy didn't have my reservation. And it was it's pouring rain out there now. It is. The weather's bad. So if this keeps up, I may have to do a 0 here today, tomorrow. I don't want to try to go over the Prezzies in weather. Like the last mile and a half was brutal. So here's what I got. All that. I'm going to take my wet clothes off. I got a pair of dry shorts, two dry shirts, put them on, and then relax in that bed right down there, and hope nobody else shows up in this room. Although it's a little chilly in here. I might get to one of the ones closer to the front, to the door over there. We'll see. Anyway, would you rather? Would you rather, if you aren't going to hike alone, hike with one other person or with a group of people? I don't mind hiking alone. I enjoy the company when you get to camp and hanging out with people and being able to talk at camp. But I like kind of being alone with my thoughts when I'm hiking. But if I did a long hike, one of the reasons I didn't sort of pair up with a trampoline or anything early on was I knew I'd be leaving when I got to Harper's Ferry, and I thought I'd just make as fast a time as I could to get to Harper's Ferry and then make that jump. But I really enjoyed hiking with Nichols. I think he knows that, and his family that watches knows that. So that was good before we got to the Gatlinburg. I knew I wasn't going to be able to keep up with those young guys once they got going. So, but if you found one person to hike with that kind of had your pace and you just had a good yin and yang going, I think that'd be the best way to do it. I think if you get, no matter what you do, when you get more than 2 people involved, and there's tram lease, it's just human nature. Drama starts to happen, I think, or can happen, and somebody wants to go fast, somebody wants to go slow, somebody wants to go further one day, and I'm out here to kind of be alone in nature and enjoy it. A little bit of company is good, but I don't know that I would want to I don't think I would just fit in with a Tranley for a long haul, but I know the old saying, you want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go with others. So it works for some people. For me, I think one other hiker would be good. And I don't think I'm going to have one other hiker when I'm getting to Katahdin. So good thing I like hiking alone. That's it for today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow and let you know what's going on with the weather and whether or not we're doing a zero here in Lake of the Clouds Hut. See ya. Alrighty, quick addendum to the last shot that I did before. So I am not alone in my room. There's a group of 12 or 13 female hikers who are on some kind of a tour group hiking up to here and then over Mount Washington tomorrow. And they're all in my room. A couple of them came in and they saw me and they're like, "You're in our room?" I'm like, "You could be in my room because I was here first." So I don't know how this is going to go tonight, but it's me and 12 women in this bunk room, and it should be interesting. One of their guides came in about 5 minutes later and started sort of reprimanding one of them for getting too far ahead of the group and not sticking together and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully there's not drama in my bunk room. Just as we talked about groups and drama, I might be right in the middle of one. So that's what I got going on tonight here in the Lake of the Clouds Lodge. See you guys.